Joining me now is Daily Express Royal reporter Pandora Forsyth and commentator Samara Gill. Samara, Trooping the Colour, well, it is always such a stunning event, but what were the highlights for you this year?
Yeah, I mean, as you said, Caroline, it is all about pomp and ceremony, and the Brits do it the best. I mean, it was really a trooping of the colour with a conscience this year. We had all that classic pageantry that you can see on the screen there, the balcony wave, a lot of deliberate choices, though, this year that really spoke volumes. There were black armbands that were worn by the King and senior royals, which was a real gesture to the victims of the Air India crash. There was the Coldstream Guards that had new colours, and Charles's address to the people, the King's speech, was really well done, gentle, and it had a touch of dry wit, as it always does with that man. And then we had the red arrows flying past, and it was eco-friendly fuel that was used, which is just classic Charles. So you really saw this sense of tradition, but with Charles's sort of new wave royalism weaved in with everything. It was really a fabulous time, and I think I had a bit too much fun. I got a bit sunburnt yesterday.
Love that. Pandora, last year, Trooping the Colour, well, we saw the Princess of Wales at a public engagement. I think it was for the first time in about 6 months. It was all a bit of a very wobbly period for the royal family last year, but 12 months on, she looks radiant. The kids have grown up so much. You were reporting from Trooping the Colour yesterday. How does the royal family of yesterday compare to a year ago, and what was the reaction?
Well, I think yesterday was all about the King, whereas last year, unfortunately for the Princess of Wales, so much was about seeing her for the first time and her first public engagement since we knew her battle with cancer was ongoing, which obviously now she has recovered from. So it was a totally different feel this year because it wasn't so many eyes upon her, because everyone wanted to see if she was okay, because the public care about her. Yesterday, I was very close when the open carriages were coming down. And I have to say, they genuinely look very happy to be there. And the children look so comfortable, waving to the crowds, actually enjoying the experience. Whereas I can imagine it's very anxiety inducing last year because she knew so many eyes would be on her. But it actually gave her a time to celebrate the military, to celebrate her father-in-law and the King. I mean, it's his third Trooping the Colour as King. His first Trooping the Colour was when he was 3 years old in 1951. But it's mad, really, because actually it's only his third. So for him, it's quite a new experience in a way, because he is heading up the army, heading up the monarchy. So it was a really special time for him. And it was done in his own way, the things that he wanted to shine a light upon, such as the Air India crash, and of course the sustainability, which links back to all of his environmental pushing with the fly past yesterday. So it was a great day.
And Pandora, obviously no surprises that Harry and Meghan didn't attend or weren't invited to Trooping the Colour. But given the relations and where they're at, I mean, that's pretty expected, isn't it?
Yeah, very much expected at this point, to be honest, Caro. Look, Harry and Meghan have chosen their path. And I think with everything that has been happening, which we've spoken about before, with Prince Harry's latest court ruling, I think more than ever, due to that, they will not be seen at these type of events. They are not working royals. And we know Charles wants a slimmed down monarchy. They made it quite clear that they did not want to work under the King in that kind of capacity anymore, which, you know, has caused various debates over the last few years, but that's why they're not there ultimately. And the King didn't want to make it all about them yesterday. It was his day. And actually, more than anything, the King wanted to shine a light on the military and show them off. And that's exactly what he did. Yesterday wasn't about Harry and Meghan. And quite frankly, that's the life that they chose. And that is a consequence of what they have chosen to give up. And that is days such as like yesterday, which is very public facing. And they are going to be on the front papers of every single newspaper practically around the world. And they chose to give that up. So